Did you really manage to retrieve the device? I'll need to... This will do nicely. It is in the best shape I could have hoped for. Just how many jobs have you handled for me? You're it. Been waiting a long... I understand you have a Cupid. Then go ahead and connect me to the network.
Now displaying your current order grade.
Fascinating, this ocean of information. It's so much more than I imagined. Enough for me to make great strides in multiple avenues of research. I hesitate to call it a reward, but it's a classic collectible. A shooter. I finished my examination of that coffin, and now I can share with you. It's essentially a coffin that's been equipped with a... Who made it and for what purpose is anyone's guess. I just happened to stumble across the associated data while I was... I'm also curious how such a bizarre device, even though the weapons factory has been destroyed, this and other dangerous tech has been... We need to use all methods at our disposal to protect ourselves. I've been thinking about how I might make vehicles sturdier. For much of the surrounding area is flat and level terrain that's well suited to them. A reinforced ride would be a good ally when facing survivalists, I believe. But I still lack the materials and knowledge to complete my designs. Which is... The armed survivalists have been making use of some new equipment lately. Weapons of... Perhaps if you ventured into the survivalists' territory, you could... Though I wouldn't risk going in there under... Again, it's a coffin that's been outfitted with an unusual propulsion unit. It draws up tar from beneath the ground to create a layer upon which it can glide. It's not without its limitations, though. I seriously doubt it will function outside of network coverage. And it's clearly the product of a deranged mind. Regardless, it's not impossible. It might come in handy. Test it in the field and see for yourself what you think. Thanks again for all your help, friend. Oh, and by the way, the data scientist just posted a sub-order for you in the system. Sounds like she's got her hands on something intriguing. You should at least... But I won't keep you.
Sam, the coffin you APAS's own analysis has concluded that while there's no... The technology it utilizes is meaning it's possible that Higgs is still fabricating all new kinds of weapons. Now, as for the coffin board that the mechanic was kind enough to share with you, it's much more than just a mode of transport. If you're within network coverage, you can hide inside one and retreat into the tar currents. This provides an opportunity to catch your breath. Or, the board you brought back had the very same functionality. So we're very lucky you stole it from the survivalists before they could learn how to use it. It would be terrible indeed if we had to contend with enemies attacking from the tar beneath our feet. I must commend you on a job well done. Thank you, Sam.
Thanks for doing your part, Sam. I know that wasn't an easy job. The time has come to finally connect East Fort Knot to the chiral network. That said, it will take a while longer for the necessary cargo to be ready for transport. So let's use this time for everyone to get some rest. Between decontaminating the ship and searching for the weapons factory, it's fair to say everyone's been feeling the strain. You and Dolman have had to complete several difficult orders recently, too. Wrap up any pressing and finished business, then return to the Magellan so you can take a break. We have a long road ahead of us, and we need to manage our health to make it to the end. On another subject, would you mind if I borrowed that instant camera the mechanic gave you? I bet Rainey and Tamara would love to try it out. Apparently, they're pretty rare these days. It'll be a fun experience for them.
Feels good.
Raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done, sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they send to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness themselves to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me.
Sam, it's Hartman. Do you have a moment? I've been wondering, is there a child on board with us? I asked because there were building blocks in my room, and I certainly, unless you know some...
Maybe they belong to Tomorrow? She's taken an interest in all kinds of things.
Yes, that could well explain it.
Did you manage to get some rest, Sam? I hope so. This time you've been asked to live, but you need to travel to West Fortnite to pick it up. And that's quite far from your final destination. The DHV Magellan can take you straight there at least. Drawbridge is on standby for now. But once you accept this order, see to your equipment. Then...
Hey Sam, Tarman here. We used this recent downtime to modify the DHV Magellan so you can if you access your ring terminal while in your private room. So if you'd like to change things up before tackling your next...
Are we all in this? Hey, Sam.
Hi. What are you guys doing?
Nothing important.
Can you take a picture of us?
Sure.
If we want to do it right, we could choose somewhere else.
All right.
Why don't you choose? That's a nice photo.
Thanks. They'll make for a great memento.
I love it.
You take care, Sam.
All right, later. Feels good.
Too close for comfort.
Chiral decontamination in progress. No anomalies detected. Welcome, Sam.
I appreciate you coming all this way. You're a lifesaver. I'm not just saying that either. Seriously. Right. Nice. Very, very nice. Such good condition. Or you'd never think you'd been outside at all. I don't know how or where you found this, but I am so glad you did. We're so grateful for your support. Put us online with your cube.
Now displaying your current order grade.
Looks like we've finally become part. Between this and the life support systems you brought us, we can begin giving. Oh, I got a little present I'd like to give you. Take it with my comp. Those beauties are pretty hard. And I just know that... Oh, in it, I've shared the data. It's a piece of equipment specially tailored to porter work, allowing you to carry... Ideal for keeping your balance while making your deliveries. Steep... It's bound to make your next runs much easier. You know, before you came along, for a while there, it felt like we... But it seems like we won't fall victim to the same... Our facility here at F4 isn't just a network connection point. Without it, lots of folks would lose access to deliveries, and you'd have no chance of and without a fully linked up continent, we'll never get... no need to worry, though. You've guaranteed we'll be around for a good while yet. Rest assured that we will keep working to improve our skeleton tech. We'll be all to bring this... As a major distribution hub, the Boca skeleton, and lately, something allowed, since you, but we'd be grateful if you could, thanks for everything. Personally, I've always admired the Boca. They're traditional porters that used to work in the Japanese, no matter how dangerous the mountain trail. I've never met any yet, but when I came out here with APAC's first expedition, I heard some interesting stories. This guy was apparently the genuine article. You could always head back to Mexico and try to track him down if you're interested. We actually developed the Bucca skeleton while referencing stories and official records of their activities. You might say it's a skeleton tailored to the needs of modern. Simply wearing it will vastly. Oh, it offers superior gripping capabilities too. When traversing snowy mountains, rivers, now that you've brought us onto the chiral network, our equipment still isn't as good as we... North Fort Knott was deemed critical for the expansion of the chiral network in northern Australia. But due to chiral contamination, we've actually been observing dramatic changes in the tar currents and rising... But thankfully, me and all the staff here are committed to sustain... and doing everything in our... We've got a lot riding on you drawbridge folks. I hope you won't let us down.
Hello, Sam. It's me. More than 50% of the Australian continent is now connected to the chiral net. On behalf of the company, well, it's likely that the difficulties we face will only continue to increase as we press on. But you and your comrades will ride the probability of creating a new plate. Do what you must to...
Sam, we won't be able to hit your...
Sam, this could be the result of that Nirvana phenomenon, right? We won't know unless we take a look outside, though. Seen this before, Sam.
It's calling to us again.
Sam, are you thinking of going back there?
Well, if that's not an invitation.
strange. I feel as though my body's become lighter. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Sam? You might be able to jump much further than usual.
Becco.
Dove cazzo sei?
Becco. Ascolta! Becco, Becco. Find him! Contact! Hey, Laura! How about this? Above us, something's coming. Watch out! Becco. Becco, Becco, Becco. Ice pillars are a real nuisance. Think there might be a way to destroy them? Hunt them down. Better. Got him on the ropes. He's trying to flee to the church down below us. Back up. Recognize his face?
No, I don't.
Sam, do you read me? Come in, Sam. Come in.
We were whisked away to that strange place again.
What? We only lost you for a few seconds.
And time must flow differently over there, like on the beach.
Well, glad you're all right. The tar currents seem to have settled down, so we'll be able to surface there shortly. Just sit tight, okay?
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Sam, why don't we return to the DHV Magellan and get some rest? You can ask Fragile to look into that card you obtained as well. Seems all the possessions you had earlier are in that open space over there. That place we were sent to, the land of the dead, it strikes me as odd that it was... And did you see those columns of ice? The ones afterwards, The columns were reminiscent of when seawater freezes and turns to ice, salt concentrates are released into the surrounding water. This brine is heavier than the water around it due to its higher density. It therefore sinks deeper into the ocean. As it flows towards the ocean floor, its lower temperature results in the formation of ice. And as this process continues, it can produce column-like ice structures. Any living creatures unfortunate enough to become entangled in these can be frozen solid. Little wonder they're called icicles.
His name is Neil. Neil Vanna.
Neil Vanna? Oh, here I thought he said Nirvana. There must still be tar in my ears.
It seems that the ID card you brought back belonged to the man himself. Charlie helped me dig up the details.
The card was issued by Bridges years ago, when the chiral network was still being developed. Records confirm that Vanna has been dead for some time.
So he was a member of Bridges?
No, it doesn't look like he was.
Vanna was a porter contracted by Bridges to handle jobs with special requirements. Like all of you, he was a doom sufferer who leveraged his abilities.
A top-notch porter by all accounts. He worked the Mexican border. Brought over all kinds of useful stuff.
Ostensibly, resources and medical supplies. But in truth, he transported drugs and other prohibited goods.
So he was a smuggler.
Vanna's ID card served as a key to some of Bridges' secure installations, though only a select few, of course. Specifically, those dedicated to the BB experiments, along with various other medical facilities.
I believe that the place you went to for counseling was one of them.
But everything in that area was obliterated 11 years ago by a void out, one in which Neil Vanna died. And from which you alone, Sam, were fortunate enough to emerge alive. Prior to all that, your counseling sessions made you a regular visitor, yes? Well, records indicate Vanna frequented the same facility. There's a fair chance that the two of you might have met before. Do you recall seeing him?
It's hardly surprising. A great number of people pass through there all the damn time. No one would remember them all.
Sam, it's Charlie. We've received your next assignment. This main order can be undertaken by... While you attend to that, we'll continue. I'll keep you posted.
By the way, Sam, you saw Tamara with the apples in the corridor, right? It seems she was training, trying to gain more control over her temporal abilities. taking green unripened apples and attempting to age them until they're red and ready to eat. But she's still having trouble getting it just right. She's taking it too far and making them rotten. There's no need to rush this. She'll get the hang of it soon enough. In the meantime, let's continue to support her.
From this location, you should be able to see some snow-capped mountains. Your next objective can be found in the heart of them. Once again, you'll need to link up several. The first such site to be brought online is the chronobiologist shelter, which is due west. Pick up the main order on this delivery terminal in order to begin.
Good to see a friendly face. It's been a while since I've... The cargo looks alright. I can definitely work with it. Thanks. Wait, is that what I think it? I should have no trouble
Now displaying your current order grade.
I'm finally part of the chiral network. I've been looking forward to this moment. I should be able to conduct research at a faster pace than ever. Please accept this by way of thanks. I picked up this accessory in the UCA. You should try attaching it to your backpack. Who knows? Oh, and in case you're curious, the cargo you brought me I've taken to calling them chronobiotes. They appear to alter your body's internal clock for a brief period when consumed. Just another example of the many ways the Death Stranding is wreaking havoc on our perception of time. It's introduced us to Timefall and the beach, as well as the EEs that brought about previous mass extinctions. You know, I can't help but wonder if extinction entities are really... Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Especially with the strange incidents we've been hearing about lately. They're cryptobiotes that have become infected with chiral microbes, parasites that induce changes in the host. Chronobiotes can accelerate various processes within the human body. Simply put, eating one should make everything around you appear to move more slowly. Much like Timefall, which ages everything. And the beach, where time stands still. This disruption of the natural temporal flow is linked to the underlying mechanisms of the death's continued study of chronobiotes should therefore... At least that's... Well, the porter who used to come... It was bad enough that they gave up doing... They still managed to deliver my last shipment, but it was covered with... When I asked what had happened, they just said it was the work of the Headless Rider. People have been talking about the Rider for a while, actually. And there's this guy not far from here who's dedicated to... I sent him some details, and he said he'd need to ask around for someone to lend him a hand. You should keep your eyes peeled for trouble until he figures... So I've heard a little bit about Hartman's... You know, the mass extinctions of trilobites, ammonites... apparently, all these ancient events... I'm told there was a human extinction entity as well. And that EEs had umbilical cords linking them to the beach, which could be why their fossilized remains were somehow unaffected by the passage of time. The parasitic chiral microbes that latch onto chronobiotes also originally came from the beach. So, you could even think of them as another form of umbilical tether linking their hosts to the other side. It's a pattern that shows we can't discount the possibility that a new EE might yet be born. and the reason why I believe further study of these microbes could help prevent another extinction event. Now that I have a chiral network connection, this sort of research should finally be possible. I hope this isn't the last time we meet. With no one else around to make deliveries, I was beginning to think I'd have to call it quits. Oh, by the way, a suborder just got posted about those strange incidents. It's probably in your interest to find out more anyway. And, who knows, you might even be able to convince them to join. I just hope we can get to the bottom of... Thanks again.
Well then, Sam. By the way, could you join me on...
Order completed. Well done. Order that feels good.
We managed to learn a few more things about Neil Vanna. You may remember that he was a porter contracted by Bridges. That's what we told you before. Since then, I received a mail.
Another one from our very own Hartman, I'm guessing. Look, we sure we can trust them? Whoever they are?
They are almost certainly someone on the inside. Someone with access to the UCA's administrative systems. It seems Neil Vanna was attending therapy sessions.
But the real revelation is who Vanna's therapist was. Charlie, can you please explain?
A specialist who worked with other doomed sufferers, including one Sam Bridges. She was your therapist and your partner.
Lucy?
Neil Vanna's name was on our client list. Right there in black and white.
That's crazy.
We also uncovered a photo you should see.
Per the records, they perished in a void out which claimed an entire city. A void out only you survived, Sam.
Lucy was pregnant at the time.
It wasn't mine. The child she was carrying. She straight up told me to my face. I never had any kids. She was just my shrink, helping me to work through my often phobia. That's all she ever was to me.
the beach calls.
Another order already? Sam, been a while. I feel as though I've seen...
You really don't remember me.
That woman just now, was that...
Lucy. That was Lucy.
Ah, yes. She was your therapist, wasn't she?